Hey, what's up guys? It's Apollo here. Hope you guys are doing well, and I welcome you to the Battle of the Black Gate. So this is the continuation of our mini Lord of the Rings storyline. So less than a week ago, we did the Siege of Minas Tirith. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a link down below. Check it out. It was a ginormous battle. Well, now we have another ginormous battle. Of course, we're at the Black Gate, trying to distract the orcs, the forces of Mordor, and Sauron's Eye, so Frodo can sneak into Mount Doom and destroy the One Ring. So this battle right here is pretty much just a popcorn type of battle, very cinematic. There's really not a lot of strategy to it. I don't honestly know how you can make a Battle of the Black Gate have a lot of strategy, because it's just a last stand, just surrounded by orcs, thousands upon thousands of orcs, and the men of the West, they try to hold their ground and hope for a miracle. So that's what we're doing right here. So let's check out the army comps, and then we can get started. I don't really want to delay you guys anymore. So here we are with Gondor. I'm commanding Gondor, and most of my army is infantry, like Gondor infantry, spearmen, and archers. I do have some elite units sprinkled in my army comp, like the Fountain Guard, 2 units of them. I do have some troops from Dol Amroth, like the Haven Guard. Also got some Dol Amroth men-at-arms in the back flank. I also have some Athenian Rangers and some Sentinels of the Woodland Realms. These guys are going to represent Legolas. That's pretty much it from my army. Oh, let me show you Aragorn right here. Yeah, Aragorn's on the battlefield in his fancy uniform, looking pretty fresh. I like his style. Let's move on to Rohan. Now, Rohan is commanded by Sin of the Dark Cloud. He is the creator of this scenario, so thank you for that. His army is mostly consisting of Marshals of the Red, some Axemen, and some dismounted Lancers. I think he also has some Riddermark Axemen. And representing Gimli, we've got the Iron Guard, the Dwarves, and Helmingas for archers. That's pretty much it. He also has the King of Rohan, which at this point of the storyline, which is, where is he? He's right here. Eomer. There he is in his uniform. He's ready to fight to the death right next to the King of Gondor. Let's move on to the attackers now. We have Mordor. In all these armies, well, they're all consisting of a lot of orcs, as you can tell. So the first army, commanded by Timo, he's got orc archers, orc marauders, orc raiders, orc band. So see what I'm talking about? And he has some mountain trolls. In the very back, he's got more elite troops like Uruk halberds, Uruk heavy infantry, and Sauron's Will. Moving on to the next army, which is commanded by Son of Imladris. Orc marauders, orc band, orc archers, Uruk archers. He's got some mountain trolls in the very back, or not very back, but you know, back lines, and orc raiders, orc band. Moving on to the next army is cannon fodder, orc marauders. He's got some spearmen, some Olog High. That's a nice change. And he's got orc marauders, Uruk halberds, and more Sauron's Will, and more orcs in the back lines. The final army is commanded by Heath Horton, 2008. He has orc marauders, orc raiders, orc band, and he's got the Uruks in the very back with some Sauron's Will. So that's it for the army comps. Let's go ahead and play the battle. Now, we're going to play this battle at like 0.7 speed. Oh, why is it going 0.6? There we go. There we go. I was like, why is it so choppy? Look at the arrows coming in. This is ridiculous. We're going to slow it down 0.7 because I feel like 0.7, it's slower than 0.1, obviously, but it still feels like normal speed. But yet, the reason we're slowing it down is because it's going to help with the frame rate. And I do want to just put out this little disclaimer. This video is going to get very choppy because of the amount of troops in one tiny area. That's a ton of animations going on. And again, this game is 10 years old. But anyways, here comes the charge. I also lowered the graphics a little bit, but you can't really tell. I mostly lowered the shadows down because I felt like that's going to help the most with lag. But we've got our first army, Son of Imladris, sending in his heavy infantry. He's got his Uruk bodyguard. They're going to be the first ones to charge in. We're going to get a counter charge. There it is, the counter charge of the Marshals of the Red, just wiping out most of that front line of the orcs. And if we panel down this way, we can see they're charging down on the other side as well. My Fountain Guard getting into phalanx formation. Excuse me. And then we have Mountain Trolls charging in. There we go. So this is actually pretty smart, charging in the Mountain Trolls to try to disrupt the formation. And then close behind, we've got the infantry. Look at this fight. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So the frame rate is honestly not bad as of right now. But again, as more and more orcs cluster around this formation, it's going to get pretty awful. I've actually watched the battle through on high graphics, and it was like 100 times worse than what it's at right now. The Olog High now breaking through the formation. They're going to try to rip through my Gondor spearmen. You can see my men flying through the air. Very unfortunate sight there. Look at the arrows. Look at this. Just, it's amazing. I honestly thought, I didn't think there were so many archers on the battlefield, but during this massive chaotic melee fight, there's just thousands of arrows from both sides, the orcs and the men going at it. And here comes more troops flanking around. So the attackers, they're going to try, or should I say attackers? Because technically, the men of the West are the ones attacking. The orcs are going to completely surround us, just like the movie. But so far, they've done an excellent job in the front ranks. Aragorn, actually, is he fighting an orc right now? Yeah, look at the frameage, guys. I'm so sorry. It's going to turn into a slideshow really quick. So Aragorn, yeah, he's in the front line. Sort of. He's not in the front line, but he's close to attacking a troll, which would be pretty cool because that's what he does in the movie. And in case you didn't know, if we're talking about the movie, Aragorn, when you see him fighting that cave troll or the Olog High, whatever it was, he was actually originally supposed to be fighting Sauron, which I'm so glad they changed it to a cave troll, because that has no business being in the movie. So I'm really happy about that decision to get rid of that. Yeah, this is, oh God. Yeah, I guess I should have lowered the graphics a little bit more. Honestly, I don't think there's a way to get around how laggy it is because of just the sheer size of, or the number of troops on the battlefield and all the animations going on at once. So we just have to do a lot of zooming out so you can get a bigger picture. And more orcs are coming around this way. They've almost completely surrounded us. They've got a couple more gaps to fill in. And Horton 2008 really focusing a lot of his forces over on this side. So Rohan's got some nice thick lines, so let's hope that they hold long enough for Frodo to throw the ring into Mount Doom. They're doing a lot of damage. Look at these trolls really clustering up here and just breaking the formations. And the orc infantry taking advantage of that. Let's zoom in and kind of see a little better picture of that. Yeah, so the orc infantry close behind the trolls, trying to just kill these men of Gondor. Got some general abilities going on. My Fountain Guard still holding very strong. The orc archers in the back are probably racking up a ton of kills. So yeah, orc archers. So good use of the archers, but I think pretty soon they're going to charge in the archers and just use them as melee. Again, just really for cinematic effect. Just seeing the massive horde of orcs. Look at this. Oh my God, this fight. This was a really fun fight to play because it's one of those battles where it's just really nothing going on micro-wise. Like, you're making a couple commands here and there. So you can really just sit back and enjoy the fight as it's happening live. But it's also great to come back and watch the replay and just get some close-ups. You know what? Let's slow it down to 3. That's much better. That's way better. It's going to make the battle a little bit longer, but that's okay. We'll speed it up here and there. So Rohan really focusing up their forces. I was really hoping that Gondor, like, we could really blend our forces together. Kind of like the movie, how Gondor and Rohan, they were just all over the place. But you can't really do that with Total War because they're in units. So the orcs are really pushing here. which is a little concerning. The orcs using their numbers and their mass to just push through our men. God, even like 0.2, it's super slow. Alright, we'll put it back to 0.7. Okay, so Rohan, already their lines are starting to thin, especially on the backside. You can see the huge cluster of orcs pushing in. You can already see a lot of dead orcs too. And my favorite part about this battle is just waiting for the orcs to push us all the way to the top and just seeing the dead left behind of the orcs and men. It's gonna be insane. It's just gonna be a carpet of dead troops at the end of this fight. But we'll see if we're actually victorious here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do to make this a little bit more enjoyable, whenever I zoom in, I'm gonna do 0.2 speed, and when I zoom out, I'll do 0.7. Because 0.2, it's pretty obvious that it's in slow motion, but the frames are way better when we do this. And I'm just trying to make this as enjoyable as possible, because it's not very fun to watch a slideshow of a fight. But you can see the arrows slowly flying in. Okay, so this is a big problem right here. You can see the orcs. We no longer have a perfect circle, so let me actually zoom in on the mini-map so you can see. Look at that. That's so awesome. You can see us surrounded by orcs. So you can see he's actually pushing us in because there's so many orcs right here. And I even have Aragorn somewhere in this fight. I don't know where he is exactly, but yeah, there's no way I'm going to find him. I'm not even going to try. We might get lucky and just spot him, but he's actually wearing pretty dark armor, so he kind of looks like a troll at first glance. Or not a troll, but an orc. Like he's an evil guy at first glance. God, that is disgusting. That framey choppiness is horrendous. But so far, we're still going strong against the thousands upon thousands of orcs. I think there's about 20,000 orcs attacking us. And there's only about, let's see, there's 20,000 orcs, and there's probably about, what, 6,000 men? So, yeah, I like my odds. So I'm doing a really good job on the back lines. Like, my men are holding so well. And it makes sense because they didn't have to fight trolls in the back line, and they didn't get attacked right away. Like, we got a random Swan Knight. Awesome. But the orcs are really concentrating on this side. This is the side where they charged in the trolls. So they're doing a pretty good job of pushing us back. I've got my Tirith Wardens in shield wall formation. It should definitely help hold back these orcs. And over here, once again, they're really trying to push. At this point, I'm trying to get Aragorn out of there. You can see his general banner right there. I'm slowly trying to get him out because, again, I don't want him to die right away. He is the king, after all. Okay, so we'll zoom out. Bring it back to 7 speed. Just enjoy the bird's eye view. One thing I want to show you real quick. What you can do for a very awesome view, you can go to the gate and go to like one of the towers of the gate. Get up here, and then you've got, look at that. You got a perfect bird's eye view of the fight, and you can really capture it all. That is awesome. See the gate in the background? That's fantastic. And just see the little ants fight it out. Oh my god, you can see this is a really good view of just the formation of our circle right now. Pretty soon we're gonna have to fall back because we just don't have enough numbers to hold the front line at its current state. So if we can fall back and form a smaller circle, that's less troops we need to stretch out, and we can have thicker lines. But you'll see what happens much later on in the battle. So let's actually zoom back in. There we go. And see some of the close-ups here. Oh, we got our first general gone. That was actually one of the orc generals. Oh my god. That's crazy. Just madness going on over there. Rohan's actually, if you look right here, it appears that the orcs are kind of spearheading through the Rohirrim defense. So they're trying to muscle their way through. It's a beginning of a spearhead. Also, here's another one. Oh, this is way more concerning. Look, there's only about 3 guys protecting this little pathway here that the orcs are soon about to break through if they can just kill a couple more of these Rohirrim, which they are starting to drop. We even have some orcs breaking through, getting to the back lines, and trying to attack the archers who are putting down suppressing fire. Let's speed it up once again. So they are going to get to the back lines and attack the archers. The archers don't seem too phased. I mean, okay, a couple orc band getting behind us. No big deal. We'll just chop them up. They're pretty trash soldiers. They're not going to do well. But again, my lines are holding strong. And okay, so yeah, once again, we've got another spearhead attempt from the orcs. Who are, well, they're actually getting really close to breaking the lines. It's really thinning out, so I definitely need to send up some reinforcements. And over here on Rohan's side, yeah, they're getting chewed up as well. So he's got some shield maidens trying to protect this flank. It's a mess, guys. Oh god, the floodgates are starting to open. The defenses are starting to weaken. As soon as one little gap opens up, the whole defense fails. So we've got to protect this side. It is vitally important that we clog this up once again and hold back these orcs. It just doesn't seem like we have enough troops to hold them back. I mean, 6,000 against 20,000. It's not exactly a fair fight. Now, we do have quality on our side, but I don't know if we have enough quality to actually win this one, this struggle. And we're about halfway through the battle, and I think it's still too close to call. Now, percentage-wise, we're doing about 10% better compared to the attackers, or the orcs. Because technically, we are the attackers. We're attacking the Black Gate. So this is a problem right here. You see how the defenses kind of go in and then out, and then it curves back in? This is not good, because if these men die, say like right here, then the orcs would be able to storm in and then get behind the rest of my troops. I'm now actually at this point sending over reinforcements over to my ally side, because he is getting, well, he's struggling against these orcs. So I'm sending over the Dol Amroth men-at-arms, which I was just keeping in reserve. I've got to try to get them right here, but yeah, it looks like my my men-at-arms are stuck in a fight right about right here. It's really tough to set up your men because it's just everything's so close. And imagine fighting fighting in a battle like this. This is like Hastings, the Battle of Hastings, where the troops were so tightly packed together that when a soldier died, he didn't fall to the ground because there was no ground to fall to. He would just stay standing up dead amongst his comrades because it's so tightly packed of a battle. And that's just what the Battle of Hastings kind of reminds me of this, just how tightly packed the fighting is and how intense it is. Okay, so we'll zoom out once again. So orcs still have very healthy numbers on this side. This is the moment where I'm starting to plan a secondary circle because we are running out of troops. So I've got some Gondor spearmen, about 143. they're forming up in shield wall. You can see them slowly stretching out, connecting to the Gondor archers, which at this point, the archers have used up all of their ammo. My Athelian Rangers, they still have a decent number of ammo. And also my Sentinels of the Woodland Realm, they have a solid amount of arrows. But this is really concerning over on this side, over on Aragorn's side, where, yeah, we're really thinning. So we've got to beat back these orcs, or this secondary defense is for nothing. This is just... oh my god, this is just a slideshow. Brave men of Gondor. They're trying. Come on, Frodo. When are you gonna destroy the ring, dang it? It's probably Frodo. He's probably laying on the side of the mountain like, I'm tired. I can't go on, even though we're so damn close. That's where Sam has to pick him up. Poor Sam. Just trying to share the load, you know? Alright, so the fight is, yeah, look at this. The orcs right here. I mean, there's really no proper battle line anymore. Rohan just falling back. I think pretty soon it's going to be time for us to completely fall back into a smaller circle. I mean, even right here, my men are thinning out. I've got 55 spearmen against hundreds of orcs. And this is really concerning. I've got like 2 guys protecting this little gap right here against, again, hundreds of orcs. And this is what I'm talking about. If they break through right here, they're going to be able to push in and get behind my infantry. And that's just going to destroy my infantry so quickly. My infantry is not going to be as effective in combat. So I probably need to get them back as soon as possible to the new setup, the new battle line that I'm forming up right here. And you can see I'm falling back my spears because I realize that this is lost. I can't really defend it anymore. And I'm also clumping up my archers as well, making the battle lines a lot smaller. Rohan's still hanging on for dear life. His archers are getting closer and closer to the enemy infantry. But as long as there's some troops, the archers can continue on and fire their arrows. Got his Royal Guard, dismounted Lancers. Yeah, see, he's getting outflanked over here as well. Oh god, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at the layer of dead troops. It's only gonna get a lot worse, too. So look at this giant gap right here between the 2 lines. Killed a lot of orcs over on this side. Most of these orcs, I assume, died from arrows. And then right about here, I would say infantry started to fight. Now the orcs have continuously pushed us back, but we're still going strong on this frontal attack. You can see there's a pretty large amount of massive troops now, so we're kind of recovering from that frontal attack. Not so much right here, which again, this is just a floodgate waiting to just pour open. Once he breaks through, like I said earlier, all of these troops holding are going to die. So again, I need to fall them back. On this side, there's no secondary defense. I mean, it's pretty much red alert on this side. And I think it's time for Rohan to just throw in their archers and get them going in melee. My Dol Amroth men-at-arms are doing quite well, though. So that's good. So many animations going on at once. Oh, this is an issue. Not a lot of troops right here defending this opening. So you can see the orcs trying to take advantage of that. My axemen, are they breaking? No, they're just charging. They're just trying to block these orcs. Oh, here we go, guys. This is where I tried to evacuate my Gondor spearmen and infantry. I am getting some spears of about a unit of 37, which is not a huge unit, but I got to get every single man at this point. And now I'm falling back my Gondor infantry, but unfortunately, I thought I told them to run, but they are walking back, which is so frustrating. And there's a couple units of Uruk bodyguard. They're going to try to slow down the Gondor infantry as they advance back to the secondary line. I also have my Haven Guard trying to fall back as well with their great swords. And some of my spearmen, look at this. Look at the orcs are now going to charge. Look at that massive charge. They just don't want... Oh, no, they're not going to make it. My Gondor infantry is getting chewed up as they fall back. But it was really the only choice I had. Got more Gondor infantry, a unit of 40. They're trying to make it back as well. And the orcs are starting to push. And it's like, come on, Frodo. If you're not going to get it now, then just, we're all going to die. And of course, there's no eagles. We're not going to see any eagles. Wouldn't that be amazing, though? Like, that's something you would never expect because you just don't know. I mean, they're not in the mod. So imagine if they recently patched the game where they added eagles, which I've seen it before. I've seen flying units in Medieval 2. And to just see them show up and save the day, that would be the most amazing twist in Third Age history. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen, because if it was going to happen, I wouldn't have just said that. Alright, once again, I will go back to point 2. Just enjoy the fight in a little bit more frames. And we'll zoom out. You can see the circle is much smaller. And look at the mini map. I love it how you zoom in. You can actually see the individual soldiers here. But you can see that there's really two flanks here that the orcs are pushing on. We got this flank and then this flank over here. Oh man, you can see the little island of green. These guys unfortunately did not make it back to the back lines. Alright, so let's go back to point 7. As we watch the final stand. Aragorn, in case you're wondering what he's up to, he's holding with some wardens right here. So let's see if we can find him though. Oh wait, I think I found him, but there's a damn cut. Oh, that's Aramir. Aramir is dead. The king of Rohan has perished. No, I didn't see Aragorn, unfortunately. Again, he kind of looks like an evil guy because of his armor. Aragorn, where are you? Definitely gonna have to do 0.2 speed to try to find him. That should help out a little bit. Where is he though? Seriously, he must be... Oh wait, I think I see him. Yep, there he is. He's sitting back there just giving out some orders. Hold! Hold! Don't you fall back. Alright, cool. So, I'm actually kind of glad he's not in the front line trying to kill anyone, because that means he's got all of his hit points, so he's going to last a pretty long time once he does enter the fight. So now we've got... It looks like a Q, the letter Q, or an awkward D shape. So we're no longer in a proper circle. I'm trying to fall back some of my Dol Amroth swordsmen, getting them back up this way, where the orcs are just muscling their way through. And I think it's safe to say that most of Rohan is dead at this point, because their king is dead, the morale is terrible, and I think most of their troops are breaking. Yeah, they're just using their mass, pushing through our lines. My woodland sentinels, they're fighting their hearts out. And I like how there's an Olag High, or like right in the middle of this circle defense. There goes Aragorn's bodyguard. They're pushing into the fight, protecting this section of the defense. I see a couple Rohirrim units. It's So they're not completely out of the fight, but I would say most of their army is gone. And so what I decided to do here, I sent back some spears, put them in loose formation to really spread them out. So they're trying to protect multiple points of this circle. Oh my god, look at the amount of dead here. This is... Look at that right there. I like the different, look at how the different, the sections fought differently. So on this side, I held pretty well on the outer parts, and then I fell back instantly. That's why there's no dead bodies here. But on Rohan's side, it was like a gradual thing. They just slowly were pushed back, and you can see the dead there. Actually, I see a lot of Rohirrim. Lots of dead Rohirrim, not a lot of dead orcs. And I guess Frodo was captured at this point. All dreams are over for the free peoples of Middle-earth. I think it's safe to say that the brave men of Rohan and Gondor are going to fight to the bitter end. Looks like the days of men are over. I still can't believe the amount of troops that are littered on the battlefield. Alright, so this is where Aragorn, I'm pretty sure Aragorn, yeah, here he is, guys. He's right in the thick of it. And I'm really down to my Wardens of the White Tower, which is Aragorn's bodyguard. There is some dismounted Lancers from Rohan. And I think that's pretty much it. Actually, what is this small little... Hold on. What's this? There's like a tiny little green dot right over here. What is this? Wait, seriously though, what is this? Oh, we got some... It's the Dol Amroth troops. The men-at-arms are fighting to the death though. Their days are numbered. Days? They don't have days. Their seconds are numbered. And now we're surrounded. Aragorn having to fight these orcs. He's getting double teamed. He's trying to stab this orc in the back. There he goes. He gets him too. The orc is gone. We're gonna go ahead and do normal speed. I know it's gonna get super framey, but I think it's pretty obvious here that we're gonna lose this fight. We might as well just sit back and enjoy watching Aragorn try to fight to the death, which I'll try to keep him in the middle of the screen so you don't lose him. Oh, now he's bloodied. He's very bloodied. Getting gangbanged by a bunch of Uruks. His bodyguard are very depleted. Down to 33 men. And this battle is coming to a close. Aragorn, come on, get a couple more kills. And Nazgul close by next to Aragorn. It's like, if you do normal speed, it's like impossible to even tell what's going on. Oh, is Aragorn? No, I thought he died there for a second. Come on. Oh, he's getting, let's see. Yes, he's getting a kill. There he goes. He's getting one more kill. Could you tell by that slideshow he got a kill? Oh my god. And oh, Aragorn, you fight to the bitter end, damn you. I hope he's one of the last ones standing, which he is pretty much. I mean, there's really not much left. All right, let's slow it down. You can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 units in that mass of red. Can we zoom in any closer? No, we can't. So there we go. Now we can see the fight with Aragorn a little bit better. It's a little too slow. Wait, I just lost him. Oh wait, here he is. Just lost him in the masses. Oh, he's getting another kill. Look at him. Boom, finish him. Awesome. Let's do normal speed. Aragorn. You know, it's funny when we do normal speed. Oh, he got another kill. It's like it feels like we're going ×6 speed. because of how choppy it is. Oh, he's facing a very elite soldier from the Will of Sauron. There you go, guys. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. He is gone, and so is the rest of the forces, and the orcs are going to be victorious here. Now, this doesn't end historically, but I don't know how you could really recreate this historically. I guess you could do like a timer and try to hold out for a certain amount of time, but I'm pretty happy on how long we held out, and I think we put up a fantastic fight, and we're just going to speed it up here as they finish off the rest of the Wardens of the White Tower. I think there's like 1 or 2 guys in the middle. But there, yep, there they go. That's going to be it for the defenders, or I guess the attackers, I should say. Looking at the amount of kills, so yeah, we had about 6,000 there. A little bit less, but only barely. Both of me and my ally getting over 7,000 kills, close to 8,000. So, I mean, 8,000 is just not enough for the amount of orcs that were on the battlefield. Look at this. This is just insane. So many. All of them had 4,000 plus, and most of them getting 1,000 kills. I think this player right here was Horton. He got 2,000, so good job there. If we look at the kills too, ridiculous amounts of kills. For my infantry, the highest amount of kills, 572, is the Fountain Guard. And for my archers, I believe it was 621. And it was actually the Gondor archers. It wasn't the Athenian Rangers, who were close though. Well, they got 400. I was really disappointed in my elves there, getting 141. Like, what is that? That's not good enough. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys, for the Battle of the Black Gate. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this fight. I know it was really choppy, but I hope you could enjoy it regardless. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.